Hello and welcome to a special edition of Black History Month here on Community Update. I'm your host, Nicole Johnson. African Nova Scotia Music Association is a pivotal organization in showcasing and nurturing Black musical talent in our province. ANSMA plays a vital role in preserving and promoting the rich cultural heritage of African Nova Scotians through music. As we celebrate Black excellence and the resilience this month, Julien Matwawana, the Executive Director of ANSMA, joins me today to talk about the profound impact of the organization and the brilliant musical expression it fosters within our community. Welcome to the show, Julien.
I'm blessed to be here. Thank you for inviting me.
Yes, it's a blessing to have you. You're such a busy man today.
Yeah, for some reason my Fridays are always jam-packed. Just trying to end the week with a bang, right?
Yes, but there's a lot going on.
Oh, yes.
You have a lot going
Always
on for Black History Month and all the musical or music incentives that you're happening, which we will get into.
Yes.
So share us a little bit about the beginnings of ANSMA.
So the African Nova Scotian Music Association was a group of, community members who were musicians and music creatives who wanted to be the change that they wanted to see.
Yes.
Ultimately, African Nova Scotians and Black artists weren't getting a fair shake at the other award shows and opportunities to showcase. So they decided it was time for us to represent ourselves. Yes. And, kind of like a for us, by us type of movement, which spawned the African Nova Scotian Music Association and notable events like our Black Vibe Showcase that happens twice a year at the Music Nova Scotia, Nova Scotia Music Week, and the ECMAs, the East Coast Music Awards that's coming up in May as well. So that has been going on since the beginning, in addition to our award show, which just celebrated 25 years. So those are our three flagship events.
And the Junos, would the Junos be included in that as well, or? Because we have that coming up.
The Junos is coming up, but we're involved with it now.
Right.
But at the
Not
beginning
always.
of ANSMA,
Yes. Right.
we weren't necessarily.
Okay. Well, that's a good improvement. That's movement.
100%. Yeah. I actually serve on the executive of the Halifax Junos Host Committee.
And how's that going?
It's going wonderfully. We're kind of in the home stretch right now, and making sure that I kind of wear a few hats for this Junos, being a member, being in the programming committee chair of Advanced Music Canada. So we have activations going on during Juno Week, Advance House being one of them, which is a space for Black music professionals to gather and meet the people who are coming in for the Junos, to be introduced to the folks who are from here in Halifax, see the talent, see the professionals who are coming up in the game right now. So it's going to be Black excellence in the room.
That's what I'm talking about.
So we're working on that.
Yes.
And we're also making sure that there's diversity across the board at Juno Fest, which is the festival that happens the night of the 22nd, March 22nd and March 23rd. And just making sure that
there's a presence.
Yeah, we have a African Nova Scotian presence at the Junos this year, being Halifax being the host city, and highlighting our nominees. Jamila. So
is she the only one? There's got to be more on the bill, is there not?
No, I'm blanking. I know Jamila was nominated. I know a few, Rini and Haley and Micah were nominated with Matt Anderson. Yeah, the rest of them escape me, but I know there was a couple more.
So that's okay. Those are some of our
so we do have some locals.
Yes.
We do have some hometown heroes this year. So excited about that. And there's going to be diversity on the stages.
Wow.
And we're
thanks for being part of that change and that involvement of our rich culture. Right?
Yes,
and getting us in those spaces.
I wanted to make sure that the history of the African Nova Scotian people were recognized at these key events at the Junos. Broadcast and the opening night gala and some of the other invite only events and parties that are going to go on. So just strategically trying to place some talent and some people who have been working hard in the community in places where folks who don't usually see them can have eyes on them, get to connect with them, and know what they're doing and all the impact they're having in the community here.
Nice, love it. And so fashion is going to play a role in that, right? When that red carpet rolls out, you got to be representing that way too.
If I'm on the red carpet, I'm definitely not going to, shame my family in any regard.
But you always come, head to toe.
Yeah, I mean, if you got to make sure that you're presentable when you leave the house. You never know what may come your way. Just run into the gas station, run into the grocery
best
store.
Foot forward, right?
Exactly.
Yeah,
right. A lot of times that's people's first impressions of you. So if you don't think that you're going to run into anybody important when you leave the house, then
I've had those experiences.
That's a mindset.
Yes, it is.
I think it's a mindset situation, right? Mm-hmm. You should always feel like, every time you leave your house, your life could change, and you should be dressed for the occasion.
Another Cat Williams moment. Say that one more time. You leave the house, you should expect your life to change.
Every time you leave the house, you should expect your life could possibly change. And you want to make sure that you're dressed for the occasion.
Nice. That's a nice nugget. I like that. I do. That's words of wisdom.
You can take that one. I just came up with it.
I might have to steal that one, Julie. Okay, so what specific incentives is ANSMA undertaking to help support Black Nova Scotians in the music industry? What do you guys have going on?
So our organization was created to empower and enhance African Nova Scotians in the music industry through development and celebration and promotion of our artists, our musicians, and our industry professionals. ANSMA's core offering that we've been doing some of for almost a decade, but we're starting to implement more development programs and workshops and making sure that we're getting our artists and our creatives as prepared as they possibly could be when these performance opportunities come up, when these jobs in the industry come up, so that they're skilled and they have a foundation, they can speak the same language as professional musicians.
They're respected as a professional.
Yeah, they need to be, welcomed into the different rooms that you would walk into as a music creative and music professional. So ANSMA offers 2 outreach programs. One is the annual school tour, which we've been doing for almost 10 years. Nice. We have our town hall, which is our monthly creative gathering.
Nice. And I sat in on
yes,
one
you've
of
been
those,
to
and
one of them.
That was fantabulous.
It doubles as an open mic. ANSMA does a lot of big productions where hundreds and thousands of people are watching. So we wanted to provide a low pressure performance opportunity for folks to kind of ease their way into the music industry and this career of live performance. So Town Hall fills that void. And then 2 development programs that we currently service. We currently have in the community is called It's Deeper Than Music, which is everything music business.
Deeper than music?
It's Deeper Than Music,
okay,
yes.
Nice.
And then Good Ingredients is in partnership with the Bus Stop Theater Co-op, and that's essentially music professional development. So it provides many different entry points to the industry, whether you want to be a vocalist, an instrumentalist, or be a sound tech, stage manager, so AV, or audio visual, all these different ways to enter and be a music industry professional.
Nice, I like it.
So that's our core curriculum.
Okay. And what ways do you feel or believe that music plays a role or a vehicle, when it comes to African heritage and culture? Well,
music has always been a way for us to keep our culture and keep our stories alive, right? When times in history we didn't have access to everything to keep records and keep our family history and
document
even document it, right? So music is that way that it's a universal language, so people can understand music even if they've never experienced what you've experienced. It's something that people can really align with,
right?
So I think music is the perfect way to not only preserve our music heritage and our African Nova Scotian heritage, but also bring people together, unify people, and let everybody come together harmoniously. And I think music does that around the world.
Oh, absolutely. Just put on a good James Brown and get up on the good foot and on the dance floor.
And even
right?
hip hop, you have kids
True.
in Asia who sing 50 Cent and they don't know what they're saying, but they know all the words, right? And it brings people together to, towards a common goal. So I think music is
universal.
Yes,
it's a language.
It's universal.
Yeah, it's a language. Even if there's no like you said, understanding of what, because sometimes, just keeping up to date to what's going on with the young folks kind of thing. There's some artists that I wouldn't necessarily follow, but I like the beat. Mm-hmm. I like the way that it kind of, stirs everybody up.
Well, I think the difference between our organization now is that, one, we have a bit more capacity, whereas I'm the first executive director of the organization's history. So we didn't have full-time staff dedicated to making sure that we were keeping
things flowing
up to date with what was going on in the industry.
Right on.
Right. A lot of people will gravitate towards what they like and what they know. And sometimes it's not enough to have a community organization that is not taking into account the other genres that people in our community enjoy or even want to create. Right. We have Afrobeats movement. We have hip hop and rap. We have even rock, and electronic.
Okay.
These are genres that not everybody in the Black community listens to, but we have to be open.
You have to support them.
Providing a platform for them for kids to create this music. And one that I want to mention as well is gospel and Christian rap.
Yeah.
Because I don't think it makes sense for people to have to start in the church and then leave the church to do something significant.
Good point.
Music should be a development aspect in the church.
Right on.
Education on music should be happening in the church so people can make gospel albums, make original gospel. And if you want to stay, and sing and sing for the Lord, then you have the right to do that and put food on your table doing that. And we want at ANSMA, we want to make sure that we're encouraging young people that they don't have to cross over to secular music in order to make a living. There's a market. There's very much a market for that genre as well. So just want to add that.
No, I think that's a great point.
As a Christian man, I wanted to make sure that we weren't leaving the Christians out.
Right.
Because I listen to gospel on the way to work. Yeah. So
it's uplifting.
And
get your head in the right space.
Christian rap, I wasn't a huge fan of it, but now there's a lot of, the skill level is increasing, and it's something that people should watch out for. And I encourage young people to do it if they want to do it.
Absolutely. So let's just let me ask you this question. Tell us some of the success stories or notable achievements of musicians that ANSMA has supported or mentored throughout the years. Do you have any of those that you would like to share?
There's so many, honestly, because our organization's been around for almost 30 years, right? So you have people like Gary Beals, who we put on stage for the first time, Canadian Idol, and he's just released a new album and it's phenomenal. He still has one of the better live performances that have come out of this city. I saw him during Road to the Junos last week, so he was phenomenal. Zamani Falade, someone who's been African Canadian Artist of the Year at the ECMAs a number of times. She's an ANSMA representative, and people like Owen. Old Sound, yes. He's someone who's nominated, won awards since he's been here in the community and working with ANSMA, and ANSMA supporting his career and him supporting ANSMA as an organization. So there's too many to name, honestly.
Well, I think it's a good problem to have, that we have more than enough now, right?
Absolutely.
Right, absolutely. Yeah. So in terms of you, what is one of your favorite artists?
Favorite artists, potentially, coming up right now? Mm-hmm. Oh, that's a good question. I think I love Jamila's live set. Jamila's my Jamaican roots come out when I listen to her. My mother's
She's a great
from
performer.
Jamaica.
You got to give it to her.
Yeah, so I really enjoy her live set. Someone who is been working very hard and is also nominated for an ECMA, Jupiter Rain.
Yes.
I think her R&B music, is very modern sounding. You can put her songs with the Summer Walker or with
Yeah.
Money Long, like the newer R&B women who are doing big things in the
Yes.
States.
Yeah.
Her music fits the bill, right? So I feel
Absolutely.
like she is one of those ones that is making modern R&B music and has that same sound. There's people like Fargo, drill rapper from Nigeria. KO is a very hard worker. There's a lot.
There's a lot.
There's a lot that I like, and
Well, I guess it wasn't a fair question to ask what your favorite is, but in terms of, that which is, that you have your eye on to make sure that they're just keep having success after success.
like, yeah, there's so many, right? It's like Haley, Haley Smith, powerhouse, Rini, incredible musician, Owen,
Yes.
sorry, O Sound.
Get it right
We
now.
know him as Owen.
What, tell us what partnerships did you guys collaborate with when you're, supporting our African Nova Scotian artists to reach a broader audience?
So Advance Music Canada, Canada's Black Music Business Collective, they're made up of so many legendary people, like their board, their staff, and they've been working closely with ANSMA to make sure that our organization continues to grow. They're an integral part of bringing in myself as the executive director, as part of hiring. And since then, I've been working with them. As I said, I'm their programming committee chair now as well, with a national lens. So making sure that we're highlighting and amplifying Black serving and Black operated organizations in Canada, and creating a bridge from the rest of corporation to music industry, right? If you're in marketing, doing marketing for like automotive or something, come do it in music.
Yes.
If you're Black and in marketing, come do it for the music industry.
Absolutely.
Right? If you're a brand manager or whatever, come do it for the music industry, because there's jobs here, there's opportunity, and we want to try and get people over here to music, and have skilled people too, people who are already doing what we need and have the certificates, have the education, the experience, but just transfer it to music. So Advance is doing a great job at advocating for Black music industry professionals, which I consider myself, as well as an artist and a creative, but I have my industry professional hat on. We have a great partnership now with Music Nova Scotia.
Nice.
We collaborate on many things now. I like to call it effective collaboration. It's not just us slapping our logo on something they're doing and vice versa. We're building things from the ground up and partnering with it and having equal say in how things are done, right? So they have a great team, great board over there. We work very closely. ECMAs, our partnerships are continuing to grow, our relationships. They just have a new CEO now.
Yeah.
There's a lot of great things coming along. Bus Stop Theater Co-op, we've been collaborating with them on our outreach and development programs, because they open up a broader demographic in terms of artists.
Right.
It's not just music, it's the creative space, the arts and culture space in general. So we want to make sure that all creatives are aware of what ANSMA is doing. Our target audience is African Nova Scotians, but I don't want us to be siloed. I don't want us to be doing things alone in a corner with just Black people. I want Black people I want there to be parity. I want white people and people from other communities to come to ANSMA programs and see the value. Because even though our service offering is for Black and African Nova Scotians, anybody can use it and benefit from it, because it's general knowledge, right?
So speaking of which, thanks for sharing that. You said logo. I see some new branding here.
Yes. Yeah. So we're extremely proud of our new
you want to
branding.
talk about that?
Yeah, we're extremely proud of our new branding. Where's my camera? We're extremely proud of our new branding. It was created by DW Creative, Donika Willis, who was an extremely talented brand designer, consultant.
It looks fresh.
And I wanted it to be something timeless, something that's going to go into the future with us and not look dated.
Right.
I wanted it to say music without the regular music signs that you see when you're thinking of music. So there's the play on the sound bars for the M in ANSMA. and it
Beautiful
doubles
shirt.
as a crown
Yeah.
because all Black people are kings
The
and
queens. That's right.
And
Say it
we
loud.
have
We're
the
Black. And we're proud.
record. We have the record and the symbol
Right.
back there. So kind of double meanings for both of the
Yeah, absolutely.
icons that you find in our new logo and the badge. And something in this one on the t-shirt, I wanted it to say the African Nova Scotian Music Association, because we also don't want to assume that everybody knows us
What
already,
it is. Absolutely.
right? To say ANSMA might not be something that is known to them.
Right.
So it's a matter of making sure our full name, the African Nova Scotian
Scotia.
Music Association, is out there before we abbreviate it.
Well, thank you for sharing that. I'm very, very, very excited about this new, product
Yes.
that you guys have. So,
And
wonderful.
these hats will be going on sale
Okay.
very soon.
Okay.
So
Okay.
stay
Will there
tuned.
be some at your next coming event? You want to talk about your next upcoming event?
So our next coming event, they won't be at our next coming
Okay.
event, but we just
happened?
moved into a new space.
Nice.
And it's in the Sanctuary Art Center.
Okay.
That's 100 Ochterlony Street,
Okay.
downtown Dartmouth. So around a bunch of stuff, the ferries there, the bus route. We wanted our new space to be more accessible
Right on.
for our membership. We have membership all over Nova Scotia. So we didn't want to move all the way to Halifax because it's symbolic to be in Dartmouth now, but we wanted it to be central.
Nice.
So
Nice.
people can find us when
Easier
they're
than easier.
already in.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
if you're downtown, then you can get to us
That's
easily.
right.
You don't have to go too far. So there's plans of putting a professional studio in there for the African Nova Scotian Black community to utilize as members. We have a workspace and a music room so folks can come and chill and do some work and just be,
Be
a place where you can come be yourself.
Yes, absolutely. Be
Yeah,
you. Be all
absolutely.
the Black you can be.
So lots to come. We're gonna have these hats and some sweaters for sale in the space. So stay tuned for that. But what I did want to mention is for African Heritage Month, we
Yes.
have our longtime partnership with the Halifax Public Libraries.
Yeah.
We just had, which is called Lift Every Voice music series. We just had our first show last night at
yes.
the Halifax North Branch, where Blessing Tang Ben, Mark Riley, Young Stack, Vidal, DJ was Anita, and hosted by Stack of Million Vibes. These are all fantastic artists, very talented. We have another show, if you didn't catch that one, this coming Thursday,
right.
February 22nd at 6 to 8 o'clock at the Central Library in the Paulo Regan's Theater Hall. And we'll have Ariana Willis,
Nice.
Jupiter Rain,
That's right. Yeah.
Arenye,
Mm-hmm.
and Dee Hernandez,
Okay.
and hosted by Charlotte Williams.
Okay. Nice.
So
Some new and some old in the mix.
yeah,
there. Yes,
we
yes.
want to make sure that we introduce, because ANSMA it's a runway.
Right.
I don't want people to look at ANSMA as the goal, so to speak. It should only be your goal if you're just starting off and you're looking for information and resources, or you need a hub to get some direction. We want people to get exposure through
Yes.
our organization and then go and spread their wings.
Yes, absolutely.
So
Take
we want
off.
exactly.
Yeah.
So we want to keep introducing new talent to you guys.
So speaking of new talent, you had some discoveries last night. Some young ladies.
we had some lovely young women who sang Lift Every Voice and Sing.
Yes.
Yes. And they were phenomenal.
they were.
And we actually found them. Kudos to Nicole. Can you tell us a little bit about
Yes,
them?
absolutely. I would love to tell. So these young ladies, and you will get the chance to see them because I'm going to try to expose them or put them on a bigger stage as best as we possibly can, because Halifax should know who Voices of Thrive is. And
Absolutely.
so it's a 30-member choir, girls choir, show choir. And so but last night we had 2 young African Nova Scotians come and sing Lift Every Voice for the ANSMA Awards. And just to give them a foretaste of what's coming.
They did so well.
They did amazing.
Yes.
Right? Like you have to have an experience with them sitting and listening to them personally. So thank you for giving them the stage.
That's what we're here for.
And the invitation.
We want to continue to break new talent.
Yes.
Right? We want to go all over the province and bring satellite programs and workshops to the different regions in Nova Scotia.
Yes.
Because we are a provincial organization. We haven't had enough capacity to get out to everywhere that we wanted to get, but we're going to start building those connections and having the lines of communication open so that we can continue bringing new people to the forefront and introducing you to what the Black community has to offer.
Right, absolutely. And what's happening in Halifax. So I know that there's so much more. I have so much things to ask you. So if you would be so kind to come back again on the show. So
absolutely, yeah. There's lots coming up, like the Junos. I want to give you guys some information about the Junos.
Right.
It's coming March 20th to 24th. The big award show broadcast, televised. That's on the Sunday on the 24th. But a lot of people don't know that the Junos has a festival portion as well.
Okay.
Like they're from the 22nd to the 23rd, there's a festival. So there's 10 venues where Canadian artists are going to be performing.
Okay.
So wristbands are on sale.
Okay.
So go to
wristbands are on sale.
Yeah, so go get them. You get access to all 10 venues.
Thank you for being here at the show today. And one final word, if you want to say to your audience about Lift Every Voice, remind them the date, the time to come, and then would love to have you back on the show again. Absolutely.
Lift Every Voice music series in partnership with the Halifax Public Libraries. Next show is next Thursday, February 22nd from 6 to 8 p.m. hosted by Charlotte Williams. You will see Ariana Willis, Jupiter Rain, Arenier, and Dee Hernandez. And you don't want to miss it. It's going to be a great show. Incredible talent. You'll be dancing.
Thank you, Julien.
Thank you, Nicole.
And there you have it, our show for African Heritage Month with ANSMA Awards, the African Nova Scotia Music Association. So we want to thank you for being here. See you on the next episode.